I was 12 when they took me away from my mum. She was really depressed. She couldn't protect me from my stepdad and his mates. When they went to prison, I wanted to stay with my mum again, but my social worker wouldn't let me. I thought I could look after her, but it was really hard.
I remember a lot of people, especially men, coming to our house often in the middle of the night. Some were off their heads or twitchy from withdrawal. I didn't understand till later that Mum was a dealer as well as an addict.
I was really little when I went into care, about 3 or 4, about the age my daughter is now. I don't remember much of my family, but I remember a lot of shouting and then a lot of silence, like no one was around for days. I never stayed anywhere for long, but I probably would have lived with Sheila till I was old. She was like, you know, a proper mum. She could be strict, but she was always there, even when I was pissed off at something. The boxing was her idea.
Then I met Bob and Kath, my foster parents, and they became like family, but better. They were there for me and they actually made sure I went to school.
Yeah, good girl.
They even got me extra tuition for my GCSEs, or I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have passed.
My sister and I were really lucky as we were allowed to stay together. We even got to live with the grandparents at first, but it wasn't ideal for them being older, so we went to stay with Becky and Stephen. They were amazing. And at that time they had a dog, which at that age was the best thing ever. I didn't really want to talk about what had happened to me, but I went to workshops with other children like me, which helped. It was good to be with other kids who were in care, as I didn't have to lie about who I was. When I was at school, the other kids didn't understand, and it's not something I like to talk about.
I was gutted when Sheila died. Things were really bad for a time. I even went away for a while. That was my lowest point. But boxing gave me discipline. Kept me okay, you know? Luckily that I had my endowment. Even when I was in trouble, I still had money to pay for boxing club. Oh, it's been my lifeline, staying on track.
My foster parents and my social worker really cared about me. Even when I kicked against them, they stuck by me. When I said I wanted to do drama, they encouraged me to perform on the stage. Acting made me more confident, stopped me from shying away from things. It taught me you've got to face the world, even if you think the world doesn't care. Then the council offered me my apprenticeship and my job at the children's centre. Caring for children, making them feel confident, that's what I love. Bob and Kath, they helped me use my endowment money to buy a house so I could have a home for Polly. If it hadn't have been for my foster parents, I'd don't know how things would have turned out. My mum couldn't protect me when I needed her. Now I'm a mum, and I can see what happened to me. It wasn't my fault. Bob and Kath, and my social worker, they showed me what family should be. Now I can be there for Polly, and that is all down to their love and support.
My love of history started when my foster dad and I used some of my endowment money to go to Normandy. I remember wandering the museums and being fascinated by the story of the D-Day landings. My foster dad showed me the Atlantic Wall. Touching that concrete felt like shaking hands with a ghost. I was hooked. When I was 18, I used the rest of my endowment and I went to Durham to study history. I remember when I graduated, my foster parents drove all the way up to see the ceremony. My foster dad, he was that proud, he even cried. All through uni, I kept thinking how I wanted to inspire others about this amazing subject. So I trained to become a teacher, and I'm now head of history. I still don't like to talk about what happened to me when I was younger. I don't want it to define who I am, who I'm becoming. Sometimes, when it gets too much, I like to get away, to come up here to this viewpoint. From up here I can see everything. I can see where I'm going. I'm really proud of what I've achieved. Going to a good uni, becoming a teacher, head of my subject. But I don't want it to stop there. I'd love to become a head teacher one day.
My endowment helped me set up my flat. It's brilliant to have my own space for a change. Jane, my social worker, has been there for me the whole time. After Sheila died, well, Jane never let me down. She's the one who suggested I volunteer to coach some of the kids down boxing club and help me get my apprenticeship. It's been amazing. These kids, they have so much enthusiasm and they want to learn from me. I never thought about that. Me being someone that others could look up to. Oh, I've come a long way with the help and support of some amazing people. It gives me hope that one day I might be able to start seeing my own daughter and I can be someone that she'd be proud of.
Not everyone has the easiest start in life.
But with love and affection,
time and support,
inspiration and empowerment,
people can change their lives.